Greetings, YouTube. Happy Monday, and welcome to another grading of another Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst deal. We have seen these pop up like candy in Marvel Contest of Champions over the past month or so. We used to see these maybe once a month. I feel like the game knows one big truth, and that is that we know with its random, cryptic, shady messages that Act 6 is coming. Probably this week, or at least the announcement of it probably this week. And so because of that, we need champions that don't suck. And that takes a lot of Tier 2 Alphas, because even if you're just taking a 5-star to rank 4, that still takes 4 Tier 2 Alphas. And so in anticipation of that, and in anticipation of Act 6 giving us some really unique BS shady nodes and paths, which I can guarantee you is going to happen, where certain champs are going to be really good and certain champs are going to be really bad. Think variant difficulty, potentially on steroids. You really want to diversify your champs, which is also why if you think you know who you want to rank up and you're about to jump into Act 6, wait. I have told more people this week when they ask me rank up questions, just wait and ask yourself the same question once you see the layout of Act 6, specifically who the bosses are and even the mini bosses. So it is with that in mind that we talk about another way to try to get your cash in preparation of Act 6 in the next week's announcement. And that gives us a intro price. Whenever I see the word lesser in one of these, I know it's going to be a multi-tiered, at least 2, sometimes 3-tiered offer where you buy the first and then the second or the third eventually unlocks. And in this case, that's exactly what we're looking at. For $20, we get under 1/3 of a Tier 2 Alpha, because 1/3 is 12,000, and for some reason they give you 1,200 less than 12,000, or 1/3, and then 2 Tier 1 Alphas, which is a random number of Tier 1 Alphas. I would always prefer for them to give us 5 Tier 1 Alphas, because that's how many you need to take a 5-star upper rank, and then 15 Tier 4 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals, which I never factor into the grading of the bundle, and 50,000 gold. If this was 12,000 Tier 2 Alpha, I'd give it a C, because that's about how much I expect to pay for an intro price. Really, the game, time and time again, has told us that they expect us to pay $50 for one Tier 2 Alpha. So that would make sense that it would be about 1/3 for the intro price of $20, even though if you were to multiply it times 3, it would be a $60 total, not $50. Now, the good news about today's offer is even though this first tier is at best a C-, but we're going to go ahead and say realistically it's a D+ when you consider how much Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragment costs have gone down in the Glory Store. Thank God. Thank you, Kabam, once again for doing that. When you look at the second tier, which as a reminder, we are going to talk about Star-Lord's loot bag in the second tier, and the price of that is $29.99 American, unless you live in countries like Canada and Australia, at which point you're still violated by the currency exchange rates of this game. You will see that the second tier, for the same price as Tony Stark's briefcase, gives you a Tier 1, or a 1 Tier 2 Alpha, so a fully formed, 3 Tier 1 Alphas, 25 Tier 4 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals, and 100,000 gold. Now again, the Tier 4 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals and the gold is simply a bonus. So in this case, I will give Kabam this. They're actually giving you, when you factor in that you normally just spend $49.99 or Black Panther's Treasure on one Tier 2 Alpha, if you buy both bundles, you're getting a bonus amount of Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst Fragments from what we've seen in previous deals of 10,800, or almost 1/3 of a Tier 2 Alpha more than we would get in previous offers. And then you do get, at least they're listening to me on this, 5 Tier 1 Alphas, which would be enough to take your 5-star to its next rank, and then a total of 40 Tier 4 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystals and 150,000 gold. Really, really low amount of gold. I would expect at least 300,000 to 400,000 gold, hopefully at least 500,000 gold. I think for $100, it should always be throwing in 1,000,000 gold. And so half of that, of course, if you're spending $50 is 500,000. But those are just my analysis of gold prices over the last couple of months of where the game has gone in offers. So believe it or not, even though the first price is a D+, if you get it by itself, I think the second price, when you add it in, it's like a B minus. Yeah, it's like a B minus. It's slightly better than average because it's going to give you the first price as a bonus when you spend 50. So, who is this offer for? Well, it's for the people I talked about at the beginning of this video. If you need about one fully formed Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst to rank up a champion to rank 4 or rank 5, or even a 6-star to rank 2, I would get this. This is a really important value for you because it completes it. But if you're somebody who needs 4 Tier 2 Alphas and you've got 1 or even 2 or especially 0, don't get this. This would be like a C- value for you because, simply put, you'll see this come back around again. And if the offers and the frequency of those offers in the past few weeks are any indication, we're going to be seeing these bundles very routine now. It's a lot different than that maybe once a month we saw even in 2018. So you have to ask yourself, how close am I to forming a rank 4 5-star or a rank 5 5-star or maybe a rank 2 6-star? And if you're really close, if you need one away, I get it. I get why this is an attractive offer for you, especially because you get a little bit more of a value of what we've seen in the past, 10,800 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments to be exact. But if you're not close, just be patient and save your money and disposable income. Hopefully it's disposable. And just wait for something better. So D+ on the first offer, and then if you get them both, it actually turns into a B-. You get the fully formed Tier 2 Alpha that you would normally be charged for $50 plus an extra 10,800 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. So that is a slightly better than average deal, but not amazing. If it was amazing, we would get 2 Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts for $50, but the game just isn't ready to give us that price yet. I hope in the next couple of months that changes, but until then, it is what it is, $50 for a Tier 2 Alpha, and hopefully some bonus items. Have a great Monday, YouTube, and as always, thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.